This is the This is a paper that I use to print on. I use it because, one, it's heavy, it's 32-pound weight. It is slick and releases the toner easier than regular paper, and you do not get fiber embedded within the toner. Don't know why my light is flickering. Okay, that's the paper. Okay, I went and using the hammer wheel color laser gloss printer paper, printed off a copy of the board layout. And this is what it looks like. Now my printer is a Samsung. You're going to have to experiment with your printer. Has to be laser because we need the toner. Sorry, inkjet won't work. You'll have to experiment. Let me just, I have experimented over the years and pretty much settled on what I do here, but I'm subject to change at any time. I took the board that I cut, went out to the garage and used the 3M final stripping pads and cleaned this off, and there are two sides, and I think I like this one better, so that's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to eventually I'm going to heat the board up enough, put this on top, and when I run it through the laminator, I'm going to do it with the paper on the top side. The bottom side, I think, rubs against something on the other end. Now this is a Amazon Basics laminator. Cost $20. Hope they haven't gone up on the price. We'll look on the web when I make the video. So I'll put this down. Okay, make sure it's dust free. And I have a real old Harbor Freight IR thermometer on the laminator, and I found out the reason for doing the 030 thickness boards is that I was thinking that the cheapest laminator here might not handle thicker boards, but it turns out that it will. Now there are two settings, and they're set up for plastic, 3 mil and 5 mil, and I found that if by putting this in the 5 mil, that's 5/1000th of an inch thickness, it has a higher internal temperature. Now I want to run this through the laminator until it gets to like 50 degrees Celsius, because that's the temperature in which the toner is going to stick when I run it through another time. If you don't have a IR thermometer, then run the board through like 5 times, then run it through another 5 times with the paper. So let's try this. It's going to come out hot, so I have a little, this is a Harbor Freight, but I see that these are small. I think they're 3-inch or whatever. You can get everything on Amazon now. So let's start here. Let me watch. Oh, it's 3 o'clock exactly here, so let's start. And I will most likely cut some stuff out, because this takes a while. Not too long, but I don't know if you want to watch. There's pass 1. I'm going to have to move this. My paper that I use to stand off the camera is in the way. Now the ready light will go off here, on and off, and I don't worry about it. It's hot enough for what we're doing. That's pass 2, and I like to go, in and out different places because there's different pressure, just to mix things up. Don't know if it does any good, but no harm in trying. I've lost count. Was that 4? Let's just go by the temp. I won't go by the temperature when it comes out. Let's see what it is going in. That's 43. Coming out, it's still 43. Let me run it through one more time, just to make sure. All it means is if it's not hot enough, then the paper won't stick, or the toner. See, my ready light came back on. Let's see here. Here we go. Now, I got a little extra paper around the toner just to pry it off. Let's see if I can get this on here. This is going to be a little, maybe doing this wrong. Let's see here. This is going to go. It looks about right. This is not. Let's see. You know what? I got to do it on the. Okay, it looks like I got it pretty close to right. All right, it'll do good enough. Let's start it through there. See if it sticks. See what it comes out at. You'll know. I'll show you how you'll know when you do it right. Okay, it came out at 72, so that's going to be good. It'll come out. You will see that it is flat as a pancake. So that means it's stuck. Because this is so hot, I may not have to do it very many times. Now, I do believe that you can get it too hot. It acts kind of funny when you remove the paper. Okay, there's 81. Let me do one more. Get you a notebook and take notes as to what you do for each board, and then rank them from a scale of 1 to 10. See what happens. 84. Not so sure. Okay, that looks good enough. I think I'm going to stop right there. All that could possibly happen is I have to use the stripping pad and remove the toner. All right, so everything looks good. All right, turn this off, put this down, let it cool just a bit, and I'm going to go get some water and soak this so that I can remove the paper. This is a 750 milliliter Pyrex dish. Don't know where I got it, but it doesn't have to be Pyrex. It can be any plastic because it's going to have to endure some slightly acidic fluid. What I want to do is, the toner is attached to the PCB, but I don't want the paper on there because I want to etch this. So I'm going to put this in the water. And I'm going to let it soak. It's 306. Let me let it soak for a while. What I want to do is I want to get all the paper wet so that when I peel it, most of it will come off the toner. Okay, this turned out to be perfect because evidently whatever paper I was using previously was thicker or whatever. This paper turned from opaque white to semi-transparent, and so you can see the toner outline. Also, you'll see it bubble loose in a couple of places, which is fine. It's 310, so started at 306, finished at 310, just soaking it. That's 4 minutes. The temperature of this water is, it's 60 degrees Fahrenheit. less than 20 degrees Celsius. Now, using the same water here, I'm going to peel this. Now, do not peel up, peel horizontally. So let me hold the board by the edge, grab the paper, and just pull it in this direction, and okay. I didn't heat it enough. So I'm going to have to go to 100 or 90 at least. That shouldn't have broken loose like that, but it's not part of the circuit. So I don't want to waste my time doing this. I think we're okay. The rest of the toner is sticking nicely. Just one section there. Another section broke off. So whenever you peel the paper off, it should not have any toner on it at all. Now let me go and just rub this gently, not hard, because evidently I could. If it's not stuck. What I want to do is I want to get the paper off of the areas that are exposed to copper so that it will etch properly. I'm going to do this like this, rub it, and I'll come back in just a second. After you remove the paper, one of the things we want to do is look at how the toner came out. In order to show you, I'm going to use a USB microscope. I haven't used this thing in years. The toner itself has a layer of paper on it. I didn't scrub it enough, and the toner didn't go all the way to the edge of the PCB. But let's go and look. What you want to do is look at the pads and the traces. Now the shiny area is the copper that's exposed because it's not covered by toner. But look how sharp the edges of the traces and the pads are and the holes. And you want to cover the entire board to make sure that there are no broken traces and there's no shorts. Now, my little scope here, I'm up against the edge. But anyway, okay, so just go and follow every trace and every pad. Here's a ground hole. Let me see if I can hold this. I don't think I can hold this very well. Nope. Well, let me do this. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, so I looked at it with a 20 power loop, and I could find no defects at all in any trace or any pad for the whole board. And this is what you want to do. Now the only defects are, let me get away from the board, see if it'll focus far away. Can I go to infinity? Can I use this as a camera? Yes, I can. All right, the only problem is that I had that area that tore away right here. Now, since there are just a couple of places on the edges where this occurred, I think I'm gonna try something. Probably won't work. Doesn't matter. The board will be etched away if I don't get it covered. I'm going to try some electrician's tape, electrical tape. I think it'll survive being in water and acid. But the board came out almost perfect, except for maybe I need to run the final temperature up to over 90. I'll do that on the next board. Since these are just test boards for demonstration purposes, this will do. All right, so come back tomorrow or later tonight if I just keep going here, and we'll etch it. Thank you. Likes again, and talk to you later.